o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, watch Jazz from the Cellar, or After Hours Jam Session, brought to you by the Detroit Jazz Festival Foundation. Welcome to the Detroit Jazz Festival Foundation's Jazz from the Cellar, our monthly program featuring live jazz performance from Detroit. Simulcast on WDET 101.9 FM. This episode is generously supported by Digital Planet, IT consultants for the Detroit Jazz Festival Foundation. On tonight's episode, the Detroit Jazz PROFS, the Wayne State University Jazz faculty Nonet, presents new compositions for their premiere reading, so you can experience these new works as the artists interpret them for the very first time. All leading Detroit jazz artists, the Wayne State Jazz faculty Nonet features Ron Kischuk on trombone, Vincent Chandler on trombone, Cliff Monier on piano, myself on woodwinds, Charlie Miller, one of our graduate students, on trumpet, the great Dave Taylor on drums, Russ Miller on woodwinds, Paul Keller on bass, and Chuck Newsom on guitar. Now, let's get to the music. Paul Keller's Pegasus. Yeah, Paul. Super happening, man. Super happening. We're going to move on to something different. You know, one of the things that's so beautiful about jazz is the vocabulary is so open to different influences and different perspectives, and that's why it's so great to have such a diverse jazz faculty at Wayne State. Everyone comes at it from a different background, a different collection of things they've done and worked on and established over the years, and it shows up in the music as you know, interesting identity. And this next piece is a great example of that. We're going to feature this piece. It's composed by Vincent Chandler. Vincent, good to have you here on trombone. And this is the thing he calls Lion King. Lion King. Yeah, Vincent, Lion King. All right, man. That's such a colorful piece of music, man. It's really takes you somewhere, and I know there's a great story behind it that hopefully we'll have a chance to get to. But it's kind of nice too to let everyone's individual interpretation take them somewhere, because that's certainly one of those pieces that does. There's an impressionistic vibe about it, man. Very cool.
Much.
Yeah, very cool. So we're gonna continue now. A piece by Russ Miller, and Russ, as you know, is one of the leading, in addition to being one of the leading players in town, one of the leading arrangers in town, small group and big band and choir and orchestra. He's invested in so many different ensembles and sounds and structures that his palette is broad, to say the least. So this is a piece, Another Time and Place, yeah, Russ? Another Time and Place. And let's see where it takes us. I hope you dig it.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Another time, another place, for sure. Which means we have to do that again at another time, another place. It's too good of a chart, Russ. Beautiful, beautiful tune. And we're going to continue now with another Russ Miller. If you hear how prolific Russ is in what he does and the different styles and colors that he touches upon. This is a piece called For the People, kind of a little bit of a gospel-y vibe underneath it. Yeah, a little gospel-y thing happening. So we're going to get into this and feature some different cats along the way, see where it takes us. Cross your fingers. We're here once again with the Detroit Jazz Profs, the Wayne State University faculty Nonet, all the great professors from the Wayne State Jazz program playing, writing, and experiencing some new music with you here on Jazz from the Cellar. We hope you're digging it. So let's see where this one goes. Russ? for the people, and it felt for the people. I certainly enjoyed it, man. It's got that vibe to it that we all like. And Russ, beautiful work, man, as always. And keep doing what you're doing. You add so much to the Detroit way. It's really special. And we have a special guest that needs to be mentioning. Is really a mentor at Wayne to a great degree. He's a graduate student right now. Actually, the son of Russ Miller, great trumpeter and a wonderful teacher. I've seen him take students to new places in the combos and different things that really have been eye-opening, and he's got a great future ahead of him, comes from a great bloodline. So sitting in on trumpet for us tonight is Charlie Miller. Charlie, thank you for being here. It's awful great to have you and to have your trumpet sound. And rounding out our trombone section, in addition to Vince Chandler, we met him before, Vince Chandler on trombone, and the great Ron Kischuk. Ron is one of the greatest trombone players for many, many years here in Detroit, but he also is the director of the Toledo Jazz Orchestra and the Masters of Music Big Band. Correct. In our, of course, the woodwind section, you've met Russ Miller, and Russ is playing flute and alto and everything as he always does, and myself, Chris Collins. Nice to be here. Some of the best I know in all the world, and I'm not being hyperbolic. That is the God's honest truth. I've never heard anyone accompany better, solo better, play better on piano than the great Cliff Monier. Cliff, thank you for being here. He makes a little upright over there sound like something much more. On guitar, he's been directing our guitar program, following the footsteps of Steve Carrier, who got it rolling some years ago. But Chuck, you've been in that role how many years now?
Gosh, six years.
6 years plus from a great student, graduate student, and came back and is now running the guitar program, which has some of the finest players in the department and has great guitar ensembles, and the great Chuck Newsom on guitar. Chuck, thank you for being here. We're going to hear a tune from him in just a minute. Back there on bass, somebody I know you all know. He's been banging around the country and the world with a lot of different amazing musicians. We're so fortunate to have him in the community and have him on the faculty of Wayne State University. I know the students dig it, and he always brings so much to the bandstand and to everything he does. The great Paul Keller on bass. Paul, nice to have you. Thank you. And back here on drums, a dear friend, again, one of the first call players in the community, and he's been teaching at Wayne State now for decades and made such a difference in the drummers that have come out of not only Wayne State, but that have really permeated the Detroit scene and gone on to the New York scene and made some real differences there. David is the guy who makes a lot of that happen. He's a very motivating and inspirational individual as a player and as a teacher. So the great Dave Taylor on drums. David, thank you. With the piece, this is composed by Chuck Newsom. A little different kind of vibe, to be sure. The title is Origin. It's so wonderful we can bring different colors to the bandstand, and at Wayne State, any student there knows that woodwind players, you want to do a lot of doubling, because not only for your playing and your opportunity for employment, but for your writing. You know, the cats get to write for woodwind players and string players in various combinations, which make the learning experience quite wonderful. So we'll try to pull that together when we do our own music. So this is a piece called Origin by Chuck Newsom. Chuck, can you bring us into it? All right, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Wow. Thoughtful piece of music, Chuck. Thoughtful piece of music, man. Hi, I'm Chris Collins, President and Artistic Director for the Detroit Jazz Festival Foundation. We're looking forward to our exciting year-round programming that supports new and legacy artists, jazz education in our schools, and the proliferation of jazz in our communities and around the world. Your donations will support the 2021 initiatives, including the new Jazz Infusion education program in the Detroit Public Schools and Community District, the Detroit Jazz Festival Foundation's All-Star International Exchange programs, which occurs in Japan, Panama, Europe, and our latest Havana Detroit Jazz Project, part of our Latino Jazz Outreach Program in cooperation with the Havana Jazz Festival. You also will support the J.C. Hurd Jazz Week at Wayne, the Youth Jazz Vocal Competition, the Collegiate Combo Competition, our Artist in Residence program, jam sessions and local jazz club programs, the 2021 preview event, events at the future Gretchen Valet Jazz Center, our Jazz from the Cellar series, and of course, our signature event, the largest free jazz festival in the world. You can access information on all of these events and live stream content of many on our app, Detroit Jazz Fest Live. You can get it at the App Store or on Google Play or at our website, DetroitJazzFest.org. Together, we can keep jazz free and alive in our community and across the globe for generations to come. On behalf of all the Detroit Jazz Festival Foundation team and all of the artists who make the music happen, thank you. And please be safe, healthy, and filled with joy. As I told you, it's a bit of an experiment today. We thought we'd bring together these great musicians, ask each of them to bring some charts in and read them down for you and explore them along with you and see what comes out. It's been an engaging afternoon, yeah, guys? I think taking us to some new places and hopefully giving you some wonderful things to listen to here on Jazz from the Cellar. We want to very much thank the Great Digital Planet. They are the IT consultants for Detroit Jazz Festival Foundation, and they have so much to do with making this show work through all this technology for the last 2 years plus that we always want to thank them, along with all of you for supporting and helping us to keep these things going, and the great musicians who come to play on Jazz from the Cellar. We're going to wrap it up for this show with one last piece. It's a bit of a funkier thing, which is certainly part of all of our educations here in Detroit, R&B and that whole thing. So we want to bring a little of that to life. A piece called Wood or Wire. Cats, thank you very much. Vincent Chandler, Ron Kischuk, Charlie Miller, Russ Miller, Chris Collins, and in the rhythm section, Cliff Monier, Chuck Newsom, Paul Keller, and David Taylor on the drums. And a very special thanks to our engineer for today, the great Mike Shellabarger, who's also one of the professors at Wayne State University, making it happen over there. So come visit us. All the wonderful concerts are going to be coming back in real person. Can you imagine such a thing? We can't wait. I know the students can't wait. We're going to have a lot of fun. And look forward to the summer for things like the J.C. Hurd Jazz Week at Wayne and other opportunities to experience great music from jazz and from the music department. And of course, looking forward to 2023, the opening of the Gretchen C. Valet Jazz Center at Wayne State University. It's going to be a game changer. We're looking forward to meeting you there. So till then, have a great evening. Join us for the next Jazz from the Cellar or the next After Hours Jam session, and be a part of what we're doing. We love having you here. Have a great night. Stay jazzy. Ciao.
Every Friday at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, watch Jazz from the Cellar or After Hours Jam Session, brought to you by the Detroit Jazz Festival Foundation. The Detroit Jazz Festival Foundation's Jazz from the Cellar, simulcast on WDET 101.